What's up, everybody? It's me, Vinny Thompson from the AskVinnyThompson.com. I started this segment of what I call my show called 2 Cent Tuesday, where I give my 2 cents on the real estate market. Real estate is hyperlocal. I know what's going on in my market, and you, if you're in real estate or you're in business, you should know what's going on in your market. So you can explain to your customers and clients how they can get better and things that they can do. All right, I think it's a great idea. You get to explain the market from your perspective, and we get to find out what's really going on. Right now in New York, I'm sure you've seen lots of headlines. We are the kind of like the COVID capital as far as having the most amount of cases. I live in Queens. There's a lot of cases here, not in my immediate area, but this so New York, it kind of makes sense because it's so densely populated. The 5 boroughs in New York, right? There's 5 of them. That's like New York City proper, right? It's supposed to be 8 million people. I think it's a lot more. The Census Bureau, I don't think it's accurate. I don't think people fill it out for whatever reason. Immigrants, fear, government trust, not caring, not understanding how important it is. But I think there's a lot more than 8 million people. So in New York proper, there's a lot more people. So us being the COVID capital makes sense because we're so densely populated here in yeah. Almost. Almost. So, how has the market changed with the COVID-19 pandemic? I can say for us here in New York, it's one big pause. I still have deals that we're continuing to go through right in the middle of, when the epidemic kind of started. They continue to go through. 1 or 2 fell out because of change in the financing. So, as I understand it, if you, let's say, had a 640 credit score, they raised a 640 credit score, for example, from 640 to, let's say, 700. If you qualified at 46% DTI, they lowered that to, let's say, 40 DTI. They wanted you to have less debt and better credit so the bank wasn't taking as much of a risk because they got scared as the market changed as well. Right now, I kind of feel like from New York, I know other places in Florida, I don't think Florida have a lockdown. That's up to that governor and that state to figure out what they want to do. Here we have a strict lockdown so we can flatten the curve of what's going on. And it makes sense. Stay home, stay safe, less cases. The system is not overrun of the hospitals. And it's a time to be busy. And it's a time to kind of stay home and stay safe with your family. Generally speaking, it seems like if you have an underlying cause or if you're older, you're definitely going to have a problem as far as your exposure to the COVID. And there's so many things we don't know about it. It's kind of scary, quite frankly. And it happening so big in New York, it was always a concern. So, as far as the market, I would say we're kind of on a big pause, with the market because it does involve, one-on-one contact with people. I know for my market center, we're trying to be very big on doing virtual tours. So virtual tours was a thing I was doing all along for the past, I'm going to say 2 years, where I have someone coming to a home, my marketing guy, Pat. We're going to do something tomorrow about virtual tours, me and Pat from Area Media, on how virtual tours can help you. What's a virtual tour with Matterport? You come in, he does a video. The video is as if, you're standing inside the person's home. So you can walk through the door, you can look up, you look right, you can go to the ceiling, you can go into the basement if you have, you can go upstairs, into the attic, you can go around the house. It's like you're inside the house. I have sold homes like that. And for those that really, want to see the house, it's a good way to see the house without physically coming out and seeing the home yourself. So I think virtual tours is a way how you can still be in business and maybe be ahead of the curve and kind of separate yourself from the market and really help your clients, for those listing agents, get the house sold, and buyers, get a feel for the house without actually going out and staying safer. Some protocols we have put in place according to the mandate where, let's say you're a listing agent, they don't want you physically going to the property. You have to contact the homeowner and let the homeowner show one-on-one with the buyer. Whether that's good or bad is yet to be seen. I'd like to believe they said the cases have leveled off. We're not out the woods yet, but it's a time to work and it's a time to chill. I know for me, doing lots of care calls to my clients, just up on my client, checking up on my tenants. Unfortunately, most can pay. They have jobs in the medical field, other systems in place where I'm still being compensated, because then I would be somebody calling to see if I can get a forbearance if I can't pay, if you don't have the savings. And I did know something on that yesterday with my attorney, Janice Thompson, no relation, about the situation. So I'm very active in social media. I have a pretty healthy business. And, I feel in the 5 boroughs, Long Island, I have a pretty good grasp of what's going on in the market. And right now, like I said, it's just a time to kind of hang tight for 2 weeks. Um, Only people that have called, listings that I had, no one seemed to give me like low bid offers saying, hey, let me just make a low bid. They all want, they're kind of skittish right now. Should I come out? Should I not? 2 homes I do have on the market right now, normally after 7 to 10 days, they'd be sold. In fact, 2 of them were really sold already, but one of them that when fully closed for, when the requirements changed, we had the house back on the market. Another one got a verbally accepted offer, over asking on a home. The lady was using her 401k to pay for the down payment. So after what happened in the market, the market adjustment, she didn't have as much money as she thought she had. So that's probably going to go on the back burner. So I, like many people, home, think out with the family, just hanging out, think of new ways how to figure out, what to do now and getting ready for a big comeback as the market has slowed down. As I'm saying, most parts of the country, I believe we're in a very, how shall I say, it was still a seller's market. When we come out of this market that's so heavily affected by the pandemic, we'll see what the market is really going to be like. Will we still be in a buyer's or seller's market? Will it turn to more of a buyer's market, right? Will the sellers now, who weren't thinking about selling, be encouraged to sell? Will they get more scared? I don't know. It always depends on motivation, right? Motivation 1, 2, 3, and 4, and price, right? When the homeowner is ready, and ready to take that price that's being offered and move on, they will say yes. I believe what's that old saying? When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. No different than the market. When the person's actually ready to sell, they will accept an offer from a buyer and be ready to go on and take their cash and change their situation along with the market. When they truly are not, if we have or have not done our job, we'll know that as well. That being said, I think it's just a time to chill. I'm optimistic that sometime when you're faced with a huge situation like this, and New Yorkers were kind of tough, from 9/11 to the crash that happened, to just things that happen in New York, always 10x compared to other places in the country. I believe we'll also come out of this hopefully better and more prepared. We're tough here with good reason, and I believe that things will ultimately be okay. I think it's just time to chill for the market. I'm really waiting for the end of April. They say with the pandemic, with the COVID-19, we have like at least one more full week around the 15th, where it should be at its highest point, and then level off. As of yesterday, I believe the numbers kind of stayed steady, with the people infected with the COVID right now. So I'm hoping, I'm prayerful or hopeful for those that believe, don't believe, that this will taper off as well. and then we can all try to come back and grasp for some type of normalcy, whatever that may mean, you know. So that's kind of like it, you know. I think it's a time to chill. Um, Everybody just be aware, rely on your professionals, you know, your real estate professionals, the people in your life, your attorneys, the mortgage people. We're all affected by this. You know, just may, you know, just slow down, just pause or whatever it is in the market. You know, it's key to kind of regroup. I know these are times I'm very fortunate to be at a company like Keller Williams, who now is digging in and is used to a shifting market and is giving us lots of tactics, how to stay alive, just how to do better and be prepared for what's to come. Um, I'm sure other companies are doing the same thing, and I'm just fortunate to be here where I am to have so much support. We do about, I don't know, 4 or 5 Zoom meetings a day, like morning motivation, a guest speaker, our OP and owner speaks at 12 noon, and it keeps us linked into the people we had. In fact, on Friday, we had a wind down or wind down Friday. You know, it was a lot of fun. It started like 7 o'clock, ended like 12. You know, it was really nice. You know, it was kind of like a Zoom party. And I know for most people, including me, are like totally zoomed out. By 12 noon, I know I need a nap. I'm like finished. I feel like I'm back in college. So I think that's where the market is going right now. This too will recover. We recovered from things that really weren't related to, well, let's see, everybody's making reference to the recession. This is not that. This is a worldwide pandemic. I believe we'll come at us a lot faster. The government, for all intents and purposes, is moving faster to be ahead of this curve, from forbearances to, you know, prepayments, to people getting better information, knowing that, hey, no one really spoke the bank's language in 2007, 8, and 9. And now we know better. The banks are smarter, and hopefully will work with us with whatever situation we have. So, you know, my 2 cents, it's time to chill. You know, hopefully 2-3 weeks, the worst will be over. We'll start recovering in May, and, you know, by June, hopefully, yeah. You know, so far, so good. You know, rely on your finances, friends, and family, and do the best you can. I believe we'll come out of this, you know, even stronger. For those that are home, hopefully picking up some marketing skills. I like to always go overboard with things. I think this is my 5th Zoom that I've done. I plan on doing 3 or 4 next week. I want to do some more Facebook and IG lives and make that a part of my routine business practice as we reach out and connect with people in different ways. I think that's more or less it. I want to make this a week. I don't want to. Before all this happened to COVID-19, I planned on doing my 2 Cent Tuesday, and I'm still doing it, but just with the twist. I've been trying to find out from different social service organizations, how can I help people? I tell you about care calls. I know in New York, the New York City school system is offering 3 meals a day. Just have to go and pick it up. Reaching out to the seniors that I know and just really trying to help them come from contribution safely without physically leaving your home. So far, so good, you know. I'd say a great time to pick up those new skills and, you know, more or less go from there. I think that's kind of it.
Vinny.
You know, yes, sir. Who's that? Who's that? Bobo Car?
Yes. I have a question.
Yes, go on.
How
who
can
are you?
Bubaka Torre.
Bobo, from where? Torre Homes.
From Torre Homes. So
what's going on, Bobo Car?
How can you contribute, right? Without, because everybody's scared of this disease. How can you contribute without having to leave your house? Because sometimes they ask you, oh, I need this, I need help with this, I need help with that.
Well, be specific, Boboka. What do you mean?
For example, let's say if you call someone for care call, right? And you say, and you ask them, is there anything I can do to help you? and they tell you, well,
Mm-hmm.
I need someone to pick up some stuff, at Walgreens. The reason they don't want to
Right.
go to Walgreens because they're afraid of the disease. The reason
Right.
I don't want to go outside because the reason why I'm not even working because of this disease. So we
Right.
both scared of the same thing. Now, how can I really ask for something that I know I won't be able to deliver or I don't feel comfortable delivering? Is there any way
Yeah.
around it?
So what I've been doing, a friend of mine, he's a pharmacist, and we did some investments a while ago. He's a pharmacist at CVS, and I think I posted that CVS will next day mail you medicine. Maybe you can find out from Walgreens, especially if it's an older person, what program they may have to help the person so you can stay safe and you can still help them and bring value. That may be something you can help if you have the finances and it's not something as sensitive as medication, maybe groceries. Who does online deliveries? That person can get groceries to their home where you are not the person, going out and risking, your family situation to help them, right? So they tell you on the airplane, put on your mask first before you can help anybody else. So I would say that's one way, you can reach out to them. Find if Walgreens has a program similar to CVS where they'll do, that put the medication in the mail and then deliver it.
Okay. Well, that's helpful.
Yeah, I hope that helps. Someone asked me about groceries, and I was able to help them out by, putting to an online delivery service, in regards to that. And I had someone else, same thing, CVS. She ended up getting a delivery from them, next day.
Thank you, Vinny.
No problem, no problem. Tone, what's going on, man?
Hey, Vinny, how you doing?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Oh, not too bad. Hold on, put my video on. What's going on, my man?
What's going on? This is Tony. You tell me who you are. Who are you, Tony?
Hey, what's going on? My name is Tony Cristoforu. I'm with Touchstone Home Inspection. So me and Vinny go back a little bit, done some inspections together, throw ideas off each other. So I figured I'd pop on and see what you guys are up to. If I can throw anything out there, if you guys have questions about the state of home inspections right now and what's going on, and what we can do to help and what we can't do right now. So,
okay.
But,
So right now, Tony, I know we did a Zoom call with the Market Center. Are you guys still essential, non-essential, or you good to go? Can you work? Can't work?
we can work. We were always. So they went through the essential, non-essential. So now we're back on with the latest update from April 1st.
Right.
Before that, they were saying we're non-essential, but most guys, including myself, had exemptions anyway. So
Right.
NISAR got false information from some home inspection association. They said we can't work, but we could. But anyway, we're past that now. So right now, basically, I know myself and the majority of guys I know, some guys aren't working at all because, trying to help stop the spread, and also they just don't want to go out. Personally, we're just doing vacant homes only right now. So, no realtors tagging along, no purchasers tagging along. House has to be vacant. We're not doing anything occupied for the moment.
Right.
So I would suggest doing that and staying to those guidelines for now. Probably the best way to go for everyone's safety and liability wise as well.
Sure. And I agree with the Market Center. It's a matter of time before some people in the attorney profession pop out with lawsuits trying to get that money off our backs. So it's important that we stay safe and stay smart, as well. We all have to eat, but sometimes when there's a pause, there's a pause. You should pause with good reason. Or if you work safely within the guidelines to protect yourself and your clients, So.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, Vinny. So I got the question today from a couple of people like, hey, what if, so vacant, so all right, so the homeowners leave for 2 hours and then come back. To me, that's not good enough because what if those homeowners have been home on quarantine because maybe they have signs of the virus, or maybe they don't know they have it yet. Now you're walking into a house, a confined space where that stuff is in the air. So it gets kind of dicey, and you want to protect yourself, your clients. Home inspectors, we want to be careful. We don't want to infect other people or get infected and bring it home. So right now, I would say definitely vacant stuff only. You could do it. You could show those. The ones we've done, realtors open the door, they go hang out in their car, or they leave and come back. So I think that's the safest for everybody right now. To me, we're putting things on hold. There's going to be some pent-up demand. Hopefully this thing rides out.
That's
so
right.
May 1st, we're ready to rock and roll again. So we'll see what happens, and we're hopeful for that. But for now, we're just being a little extra careful.
And I like what you said, John, because I'm getting a lot of calls from buyers, and I have at least 4 listings that are just waiting smartly to see how this goes. I don't have anybody right now that has a need right now. I gotta sell. And I'm like, just hang tight, And I believe when this is not over, but gets better, we have a better understanding. Hopefully, 2, 3, 4 weeks, that pent up demand will release, and it'll be, still the demand will be there. So, I believe that to be true as well.
Yeah,
and that's
I would say so.
That you said.
Yeah, I think so, Vinny. And I was having a discussion with a couple of, actually a realtor today, where he wanted to do an inspection Saturday, but it's an occupied home. So what I suggested, and I had speaking actually with Marco yesterday. So one suggestion that we had was, because he had a deal going on also, I said, look, why don't put it on hold? If a deal that has to get rolling, chances are there's going to be some kind of delay with title or the bank or something at this point. Get everything rolling. Just put a stip in the contract that, once everyone is cleared to go back to work again, they'll have 10 days, let's say, to do an inspection. So that way everyone's protected. You have the deal is still rolling. So you're going to have a delay, but at least everyone's on the same page. The deal's kind of locked up, so barring anything big on the inspection, it should be fine. So that may be one way to approach it in this time. Put a stipulation in there. You got 10 days, have your home inspection, your termite inspection done. Whatever else needs to be done, maybe an appraisal too. Maybe the appraiser is not going to want to work in there. That way you keep things moving, but keeping everyone safe. You're holding off a few weeks and you're good to go. Vinny, you there? There he is.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
I'm taking used to my iPad. One touch and he starts asking me questions, please.
Yeah, so that's one thing we're working on. Maybe that's a way to get around certain deals that have a little time to work with. You're not losing the deal, but you're not putting anyone at risk either.
Right. I see some of my buddies out of the state. My namesake, Vincent. What's going on, man?
All right, man. How's it going?
All right. What's your 2 cents on the market where you at, man?
Hey, man. I'm checking in on what you guys are doing up there. So interested. I know you guys have a lot more movement up there. We actually have the most cases of this out of any county in North or South Carolina. So our county has more restrictions than the state does. So the state has their mandate, and then the county has a separate protocol. So within Mecklenburg County, which we service areas all around Mecklenburg County, but in Mecklenburg County, we only can show vacant homes, and they can only be with 2 people. And they're still on a must-need basis. So basically, in other words, if they can do a virtual tour, they still prefer that we do that. And in any occupied home, no showings, physical showings before it's under contract. But by the time it's under contract, if we want to do an inspection, appraisals, all that stuff is still happening here. And so we still can close, within 30 to 45 days. Those things are still happening. So we've seen a little bit of slowing in the market here, but in the past 7 days, we still have had, and this is pretty normal for our market. We're still in the seller's market. We've had, 1,600 homes to go under contract. So they're still moving quite a bit, but we've seen about 700 homes that had decreases and about 400 homes back on the market in that same time period. So you can definitely see some shifts. Some buyers are getting scared and want to wait, or safe and instant, they want to just kind of hold on to their extra funds for now. So we kind of seen some of those changes. I even had a buyer to do the same thing. So he decided he wanted to wait a little bit. He lost some money that he couldn't get back. He decided he wanted to wait. So
Right.
Listings still going forward as well. I have 2 listings coming up here in the next 2 weeks. Both of those are going to be, both of those are vacant. So I kind of have free reign on marketing, but still can't do an open house or anything like that. Right?
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
How about you guys, Elizabeth and Mike? What's going on in your area? Mike still there? No, Mike left. Elizabeth, what's going on in your area? Elizabeth, you there?
Hey, Vinny, these are great, by the way, too. I'm going to start implementing these at least. I think I'm going to take a look at your slide there, but I'm going to start implementing these Q&As throughout the weekdays as well with different experts, attorneys, lenders, and then we also are doing hosting seminars on the weekends on Saturdays for different subjects.
I mean, if you come out of this, man, and you haven't picked up a new skill, a new way to do business, you kind of, wasted good time if you're healthy. So
That's right.
for me, I'm all about the Zoom call, man. From what I didn't know from last week, I've gotten much better. I got help. My administrator helped me out, and it's a new way to do business, interact with people. The last thing I knew how to interact, I had a home to be sold. There was a brother in New York, 2 people in Atlanta, and 1 person in the South. And we were all, my latest technology was WhatsApp. And in fact, WhatsApp, you're going to do 4. We needed 5. So the owner had to show me how to do Facebook Messenger. And I was like, help me out here. And that took like a half hour. And now I can Zoom call this thing out. Hey, here's a number, call in, video, no video, that's it.
Yeah.
So my next thing is Facebook watch parties. I'm going to do one tomorrow with my virtual tour guide.
Okay.
So, got that new skill, man. I got it in my pocket, man. I got to keep up with you young guys, man. Y'all got to keep up with me.
Hey, I definitely seen the parties kind of spring up too with Facebook Live or Instagram Live as well. We can just have a DJ on there and folks like party in their own house. So
that's it, man. That's it. Improvise, adapt, overcome, and stay safe, man.
Yeah.
That's all you can do.
I think you have Elizabeth there now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think maybe she was busy. Mike was there earlier. All right, guys. So if there's no other questions, Zoom is great, but the free version gives you exactly 40 minutes. They just give me a 10-minute warning. I got like 2 more minutes before they shut me down. It's been great. And I thank you guys for tuning in and communicating. I'm going to have all my Zoom calls on my website and my YouTube page. Just a helpful hint for those of you guys that want to go do Zoom calls. I believe that you can go to, if you put it on your YouTube page, then there's a company called rev.com. They will then transcribe that into a vlog or a blog that you can add on to your SEO. I can't say anything further because I don't understand it past that, but that's helpful information I was given, and I understand, where people are looking for content, and I think this is great content with whatever you want to talk about. So I know next week or maybe even tomorrow, I'm going to have somebody that's going to talk about how to apply for the $10,000 grant, the PUA, the PPL, the AB, CD, and the EFG. She's a CPA accountant. And it's great to have guests that want to talk about how they can help and how to get things done. So you may be nodding and saying, we're going to do it, then don't do it. I'd rather pay somebody to get it done right. And, I'm in there instead of saying I'm going to. Next week, I'm also going to I heard divorces are, Vincent. I heard people really just stand at their spouse or their girlfriend like, hey, after a month, I don't like you.
Right.
So I'm laughing at the irony of it because I guess you're just home all day. Hopefully, you can tolerate this person, but maybe not. So a lot of things are gonna happen after it's all said and done. All right. But anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Once again, I'll have all of these Zoom calls on my YouTube page and also on my website, askvinnythompson.com. Thanks for tuning in. Over out, guys.
Great.
Thank you, Vinny.
It is, Vinny. Bye,
Got
guys.
it. All right.
Bye bye. Thank you.
All right.